Hello everyone, Duros here. Welcome to this replay of a ranked match between myself and FlyingPancake. I'm playing on the red side, deploying as 7th PanzerDivision, and my opponent FlyingPancake is deployed as a blue, playing Berliner Gruppierung deck. Now, why I wanted to show you this video is a lot more often I meet a certain style of gameplay which consists of sending waves and waves of so-called armored train meta. Now, you might ask, what is an armored train meta? So, in a map such as Death Row, you have 3 lanes. The middle one, on the right side, and on the left. Now, each lane would be consisting of several upfitted T-55As, along with commander, making whole bunch or group elite. Then you have some exceptional recon and a Shilka as an AA. You have very same bunch of units in the middle and on the left. Now, as you can see, he's just moving them quickly down the roads, and even though one group might be stopped, the other 2 usually break through and get to the back line and try to take you down. Now, I already met FlyingPancake with this kind of strategy, so I expected that. Therefore, I deployed heavily on the left flank with some T-72s and Concours that are going to be put into the ambush positions. And on the right side, I put a recon and 2 T-72Ms that could fire either on this or this road on his incoming armored train. In the middle, I opened just with 1 recon unit to see what's going around there, but the middle is not important for me as of now. Now, as you can see, there is not much spacing between the units. The problem which I see here is that you should try to move those guys a bit out of each other, or at least spread them out in the destination, because as soon as I opened fire on one of his units, the other would get instantly stressed and all their cohesion will go down, as you will see. So maybe that might be not the best strat after all, but what you want to do is really spread your units a little bit. So I've kept the middle sector, the left and the one on the right. Now I'm already being prepared for what's coming, because FlyingPancake usually plays like this only lately. If you prepared for this kind of attack, it's easy to counter. It will be worse to if I would deploy normally. I admit that I will most likely have an issue. They're going to break through in the middle, but on the side they're going to have an issue. Now MI2 went down, but Concours opens fire, and I already moved the T-72 to fire as well. Now another T-72 killed his recon, and that was the first hit on his T-55. Now, as I mentioned, cohesion goes down very quickly. You get shot from all the different angles, and his push is basically in ruin. So 1 of 3 armored train lanes was destroyed. Now on my right side, I managed to ambush another of his deployments, but unfortunately here I didn't get an advantage from the cover, and he quickly killed one of my T-72Ms, and the other one had to put a smoke around to escape. Concours is shooting at his 3rd main assault in the middle, but it was catched in the open, so it had not much chance. So as you can see, he is moving right into the middle, and it seems like he has no other plan, because he doesn't spread units, he doesn't take any positions, he just put everything into the middle, like a no-brain tactic. So what I'm going to do is to A, use the fact that there's nothing on the left flank, and B, move my left flank tanks to the center so I can flank him and kill all the lot he has accommodated here. Now, these T-55 are coming to hunt down my tank, so they will most likely succeed, because from close range, 2 T-55s would always beat one T-72. Now, I am again spreading my T-72s to create some level of envelopment, and I'm opening fire from one side. T-55 went down. Sector is now capped, and I deploy smoke because I knew that I'm going to face a lot of his tanks at once. His commander went down, it was totally uncovered in the open, and his other T-55s keep getting destroyed. He managed to hunt down my T-72. He didn't know I had one more recon over there. Now T-55A was called down here to protect the main road in case he would like to move further down, and sector was completely cleared. Now he's taking me down with +4. All I have to do is to move forward to eliminate the remaining tanks on one of his trains, and then I can cap everything back and maybe even push into the sector if he doesn't give up soon enough. So I need to repair my T-72M command variant and some other tanks as well. These guys carved in the open have no chance on this range against T-72, so they might be as well as that. One of them went down, and the other will be killed soon. Yeah. This Shilka alone has no chance to do anything. I saw it, I knew it's coming in there, so one of the tanks will take care of that. Now, he quickly deployed Motschützen with Metis to counter my Motschützen BTR in his little town. So what I'm going to do is to reinforce this area and to cap the sector. I don't think he has any AA, so my Mi-24D is coming there for the fire support. Now this is a bit of a reorganizing. I'm not quite sure if this area is empty or if he already reinforced with some infantry. He did not, and this is one of his mistakes, that if you want to do pushes like this, you either have to support with the air or you need to follow up with some infantry that can capture the ground, because although he kept these sectors, he kept them completely empty with no opposition. Now Mi-24 is shooting at Rappiras. I'm sure that there is no AA, but yeah, he is just countering with MiG-21 bis. This one is with the double short-range missiles. It's quite effective against this kind of helicopters. And my heli survived, but most likely will go down to some other units. Yeah, I landed it because I didn't want it to give him another pass, but Metis were close enough to kill it. Now, he managed to put one ATGM concourse into the small house over here, but these don't do much damage to the 72M, so I can basically tank 2 missiles with each of these tanks. The problem with Berliner that although it has a strong infantry, it doesn't have much of a good staying power, and what I'm quite surprised to see is that he's not using its cluster planes at all. But for using cluster planes you need to achieve air superiority, which he doesn't have either. So Concourse is firing on NTLB. Yeah, BTR open fire on SPW. These transports are as well as that. And here another small armored train is coming over there. I'm sure these tanks with commander are waiting for the BRM-1K and the Shilka, a classic armor train, rebuild it again. Okay, he's getting quite an advantage in the victory point, so I quickly seized both sectors and now I'm pushing into the middle. And this Rapira managed to sideshot my command tank. He has no commands on either of the sides, so he lost the control, and now I am the one who is taking him down. I didn't know about his armored push being used now, but I decided to put some units around to create some sort of firing angles in case he would show up like this. And now you can see again, he's doing the same mistake again. He's grouping them all together, losing cohesion in the progress, and his T-55s will be picked one by one. He managed to kill my infantry in the building, but there's no chance he can push in the open. Like I said, these tanks would need to be supported by a cluster plane or mortar or anything that would minimize the range advantage I currently have. Now, he apparently ran out of T-55s, so he is buying the Flam versions, which are also quite good, to be honest. Now I'm focusing on getting this side of the sector so I can get +6. And at the same time I'm trying to repair all the damaged tanks I have, because unit preservance is very important in this game. Now, one Flame TO-55 was killed, but apparently I would not manage to kill the others. Okay, they both missed, but with this low cohesion I suppose that I'm not going to shoot correctly either, and my T-72 is killed. Another armored push is coming, again in one small group that's tied together, but it doesn't have much anti-tank capabilities in this. And he probably seen that I'm pushing his sector, so he is redirecting his armored push to his right flank. Unbeknownst to his knowledge, I'm having my reserves over here, so I saw that he's coming, so I've put 2 of my tanks over here so they can open fire in case they will go down this road. And I also kept 1 tank here and the Concourse over there. Now he's also moving the choppers, but my Strelaten and Shilka can deal with that easily. He buffed the command vehicles, but without any ground and with my units over here, they have no chance to capping the sectors anyway. So he opened fire on the pioneers in the building. Shilkas are effectively eliminating them, and Strelaten opened fire on his choppers. Again, he is keeping not only his ground units but also choppers together, and one of them, if one of them gets shot, the other might lose cohesion. Not this time, but you want to spread your choppers as well. Now my T-72s opened fire on his TO-55s and the Recon. He has no chance on the open ground like this, and again he got his units into the crossfire like a few minutes ago, and we can see the very same result. Now the question is, does this kind of strategy work? He managed to beat some players in top 100, but I saw some other players using this tactic, and mastering this might make you more effective. And FlyingPancake is not a bad player. I think he needs to just practice a little bit more of that. And let's not forget that I expected what he will do, because he pulled this on me a few games ago. It didn't work either, but it surprised me at least by the time. On the top right corner there will be a link to that video. I have it uploaded on YouTube as well. As you can see, T-72s did exactly what I expected from them and what I need them from. Shilka was more than enough to deal with his helicopter push. Infantry also held its ground quite nicely, and his T-55s were not very effective against my armor. Alright, so that was a game versus FlyingPancake and his armor train tactics in Berliner Gruppierung. From now on, I would advise to expect this kind of tactics anytime you meet Berliner, because this is how many players play the division as of now. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, and see you later. Bye.